We are tracking more stormy weather in this area. We'll tell you about the conditions you need to be aware of as you start your day.
More rain adding to the bloated rivers and creeks, or evacuations have already been ordered for public safety.
And the destruction of homes and cars. We'll take a look at some of the damage that we're dealing with after the wet weekend.
Where the news comes first. This is KCRA 3 News at 5.
Good morning to you. It is Monday, January 9th. You're looking live here at a very wet Sacramento sky camera here, literally, and you can see the sky cam is wet itself.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so a lot of raindrops there. It is expected to be a intense weather alert day today. The good news, we don't have the wind we saw Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, for context, it could be a lot worse, and we know what that feels like now.
Very
recently. So let's go ahead and go over to KCRA 3 meteorologist Tamara Berg, and then we also have Eileen Javora in as well. Both of them tracking this storm as it's moving through this area.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start with Tam.
Yeah, let's start with where the winds are, because for a lot of folks, you may be waking up on pins and needles thinking about what happened on Saturday and how gusty it got across the area. Now, those gusts were up and over 60 early on Sunday morning. This morning so far, I've been seeing most of our gusts play it down below 50 miles an hour. So yeah, this can still do some damage, but not nearly as much of damage as we saw with that widespread gusty wind event Saturday into Sunday morning. Winds gusting out at the airport 44 miles per hour. Peak gust at Folsom right now 41 miles per hour. In Ione 44. Modesto logging 37 mile per hour gust, and in Placerville it's another gusty start to the day. Right now, currently, winds are gusting anywhere from 35 close to 40 miles an hour, getting a little uptick there in spots like Stockton and Fairfield. Right now, winds are gusting at about 41 miles per hour. We've had gusts reported at 33 in Modesto, 32 in Auburn, and up to 38 so far in Placerville. As we go forward, not only is it the wind you have to deal with, it's also the rain that's driving across the area. Some of these bands getting a little heavier as they're starting to intensify, moving across areas like down this I-5 stretch. You'll see from Oroville through Yuba City and Marysville into Grass Valley, the rain is steady, but it's at a moderate pacing. And then around Colusa into Arbuckle, the rain's picking up more moderate to heavy pacing. Down Interstate 80, that rain is starting to get a little heavier, especially from Dixon going in through Fairfield. A little stronger rain there as well across Highway 113 into Rio Vista. The rain's coming down. And then for Modesto, we've been seeing more moderate to heavier bands as well through Stanislaus County. Same story driving down I-5 99. Be prepared to see potential for some standing water on those roadways and maybe some roadway flooding as well, as the rain continues to come down the next couple of hours. From Truckee to South Lake Tahoe, been watching that snow line work its way close to around 5,000 feet elevation. Hour by hour, expect that the brunt of this system for today moves through from now for about the next 3 hours. We get beyond about 9 o'clock today. Those winds really do start to back down, and we just have the chance for a few on and off showers into midday and early afternoon. So be prepared again. The brunt of it's moving through right now, and that's causing some issues on the highways. Brian Hickey's got you covered traveling those roads.
Yeah, this is the second crash of the morning in the same spot. This is eastbound Interstate 80 just before you get to Madison. This camera here looking toward the split. You can see some flashing lights there on the right-hand shoulder. So be careful in that area. That crash just reported. Otherwise, the westbound ride, I-80 coming into the split looking pretty good there. If you're continuing on 80 across the top, we have a crash over on the eastbound side that you might see right around the Longview Road area there. That also another vehicle spin out. So with just a number of spin outs across the area. Same story here. Northbound I-5 just before Cosumnes, we have a spin out there as well. Vehicle went off the road and into a pole, so they're working to clear that scene and get a tow truck out there. Highway 20, we've got a tree that is blocking both directions of the road. This is just west of Pleasants Valley Road. Right now they do have a detour set up on Penn Valley Drive to get people around that, but that a large tree, two vehicles hit it, one of them a fuel tanker, but fortunately the tanker is not leaking, but they are bringing in some tow trucks to clear that. This is what it looks like out across the causeway. We've seen this camera over the last hour here shaking pretty good with the wind. There is an advisory for high profile vehicles going across the causeway or the Altamont Pass to use caution. Through Stockton, not seeing any crashes yet, but it looks like a nice ride there. Just be advised, wet roads in that area. I-5 99, Interstate 80, no delays here in Sacramento. 205, a 31-minute ride. Westbound 580 at 28 minutes. And if you are heading into the Sierra, we do have chain controls on all of the mountain passes. This is what it looks like at Kingville right now. Chain controls from Nyack to Truckee on 80, Twin Bridges to Myers on Highway 50, and Highway 88 right now closed over the Carson Spur due to heavy snow. Back to you.
It's going to be quite a day on those roads in Sierra for sure. Some more help for storm recovery this morning as the president has approved that emergency declaration for California. Governor Gavin Newsom did make that request for the declaration. He says this request is kind of like what states bracing for hurricanes do ahead of time. Emergency management leaders say that the state has 28 high water vehicles pre-positioned for rescue helicopters, ambulances, and other resources ready to respond. The governor and other state leaders say they are worried about the amount of lives already lost in storms just in the last week. The declaration is in addition to one that was approved by the president for the state last week. I mean, essentially, it clears the money quicker and it makes the logistics of dealing with this a lot more simple.
Yeah. Kind of
or simple as they can be at this point.
Yeah.
So this morning, the commute will not affect a number of school districts. So traffic will be lighter, at least around some of those schools because of the storm.
So there have already been a lot of closures announced for today due to power outages and flooding concerns. So let's start with the entire district closures here. Sacramento City Unified School District has several schools currently without power. There was also damage. A tree came down on some lines. They don't have phones right now either. So they decided to push back their return from the holiday break. No school today. Stockton Unified Schools and Galt Joint Unified Elementary and High School districts are also closed today. And River Delta Unified is the first district to cancel for both today and tomorrow.
So now let's talk about some of the individual schools. The Elk Grove School District is choosing to close 2 of its schools. Cosumnes River Elementary and C.W. Dillard Elementary will both close because of the evacuation order from the Office of Emergency Services. Jesuit High School is canceled for the day because they have a number of trees down on their campus and also a power outage. A lot of people in that area over off of American River are out of power as well. Cristo Rey High School is canceling because it does not have power, and San Joaquin Delta Community College in Stockton is closing today. All of these schools are listed online, and then we also have them scrolling there at the bottom of the screen. And as other schools come in, which I'm sure they will, we will continue updating that. Our team of meteorologists this morning is tracking the storms for you. We also have live crews out checking on the conditions and keeping an eye on some of the damage.
Erin Heff traveling through the central Sacramento right now. But first, we want to go to Leticia Ordaz. She is in eastern Sacramento County. So what are you seeing out there, Leticia?
We are seeing really light traffic right now. Teo entered the rain continues to come down. Our truck has been shaking a bit because of the wind out here, but no major incidents to report. There were a number of incidents earlier, like a tree fell down on some telephone lines. We responded to the scene and crews were able to quickly chop up that tree, move it out of the road so it's no longer blocking Sunset Avenue and Massey Lane. There was also a giant eucalyptus tree that came crashing down over the weekend. It was blocking 4 lanes on Fair Oaks between Garfield and Walnut. Happy to report that tree has been cleaned up. So right now we are driving down Madison Avenue. Light traffic. I think a lot of people are just taking that warning to telecommute if they can because they don't want to be out on the roadways today, but obviously not as bad as it was yesterday, but it continues to be a wet commute for anyone getting ready to hit the road. Reporting live here in Sacramento County, Leticia Ordaz, now back to you.
All right, Leticia, thanks. Is that 1% on the top right-hand corner giving you anxiety?
Yeah, totally. It's like the cell phone battery charger anxiety.
I know, which hopefully you had charged for today. So a reminder that an evacuation order is in effect right now for Wilton in Sacramento County. Everybody there in the yellow was told that they should evacuate last night. That does include people who live along specific sections of Grant Line Road, Jackson Road, Arno Road, and Clay Station Road. Now, right now, there are 2 evacuation warnings in El Dorado County. The first warning is for Highway 50 at Whitehall. The same area had to evacuate over New Year's weekend. The second is along Highway 49 from Union Mine Road to the Amador and El Dorado County line.
Well, several evacuation shelters have been set up in Sacramento County. List there on your screen right now. It's also available at kcra.com. If you have pets, it's important. Make sure you check with the shelter beforehand to see if they will be accepted. Transportation is available if you do need it too. You can call 211 if you are within the county for more information.
And right now, tens of thousands of people still do not have power in the Sacramento region. The outages are the result of Saturday's storms. So here's a look now at the outages that are being tracked from a state dashboard. The areas highlighted include Sacramento, Yolo, and San Joaquin counties. Now, those 3 counties have the most outages within the entire state. But what's important to tell you right now, just for some context, is that this number has not changed dramatically in the last 24 hours. So this is from the big storm that we had over the weekend.
Yep.
So it's not getting worse, just not getting a lot better, and it's kind of obvious why
We've
at this
seen
point.
about maybe 13,000 power restorations here. This number was into the 60s when we started at 3:30 this morning. So it is improving a little bit.
Yeah.
But just
Crews are working as hard as they can.
They
They've
are.
just got a lot to do.
Be sure to stay alert of the changing weather. You can do that around the clock on the KCRA3 mobile app and at KCRA.com. You can find much more information, including the latest weather updates for our area and emergency information sent straight to your smartphone.